Ain't nothing wrong with a little mid anime manga, bruh. DBZ is mid. We all love mid. Ain't nothing wrong with mid, bruh. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? All right. Today, we're going to be looking at It Took 30 Years for One Chapter by, what's his name? Bond? I hope that's how you say his name. If that's not how you say your name, brother, and you watch this video, I'm sorry. It piqued my interest because I just wanted to know what manga they were talking about that took them 30 years for just one chapter. Nigga, if it takes you 30 years for one chapter, I'm gonna assume you were finished, bro. I know a lot of manga takes a lot of hiatuses, especially Berserk. R.I.P. to the mangaka for Berserk. May he rest in peace. I want to start Berserk, but I heard a lot of crazy shit happens there. A lot of gore. You know, I love me some gore. I love me a lot of things with a lot of gore. You know, I like when people get ripped apart. That sounds crazy, but let's get on to this video and see how they do.
This manga took 30 years to release a single chapter, but surprisingly it's coming to an end. So if a manga like this can return after a 1,512 week long hiatus and even end up getting a proper ending, what does it mean for these series?
Right.
Berserk is one of the greatest manga of all time, yet it's quite notorious for frequently going on hiatus. Since the inception of the series, it has gone on hiatus 46 separate times, the longest of which lasted 66 weeks. Vagabond is also one of the greatest manga of all time, and it's also notorious for frequently going on hiatus, or has been gone for 40 separate times, the longest of which is its current one, as it's been longer than 400 consecutive weeks now. But what is the likelihood a manga returns after a certain amount of time? What are some of the longest hiatuses a manga has ever returned from? And how does this compare to series on hiatus?
It would have to be that 30-year one.
Ultimately, is there a point where you should start to be concerned that a manga may never come back at all? Well, after painstakingly finding every possible hiatus chart I could find and then some, I recorded actual data on over 400 manga hiatuses and even created a formula to let you know how concerned I would be for any given series. And there might be a manga so screwed. I wish I—
Bruh, this is a smart ass nigga. He did all that data to make a YouTube video. He probably making buku cash doing something else. And then just happened to be real good at YouTube videos. Bruh. I wish one day is gonna be me, man.
I wasn't a fan of it in the first place. This video is sponsored by Atlas VPN.
Back to the video, y'all. There we go. Yes, sir. We back at it. Back at it again. And we gonna fuck a friend. There's some nice music right here going on.
What you're looking at is a chart of the most infamous hiatus-ridden series, Hunter x Hunter. You see, the blue signify that a new chapter was published, while the red means there is nothing.
Bruh. I knew Hunter x Hunter was going to be on this list. The blue represented when it came most. So it took like, what was it, 3 hiatuses on the first year? So then it came 99. And once it hit the 2000s, that's when the hiatuses became more frequent. And then the 2010s, that's when you started seeing hiatuses everywhere. Came back for 2016 for a little bit, and then 2017 for a little bit, then 18 for a little bit. And then it was gone for most of 2022, for all the way up to 2022 to 2023, and then it's on hiatus again. Damn. This shit has been gone for a long ass fucking time. Togashi, you might need to just let your wife just draw these drawings, bruh. You can probably give her the story and let her draw the drawings, bruh. I've been saying this for years. Everyone around you probably been saying this for years, but I get you trying to go strong and try to create greatness. But I think Hunter x Hunter would have ended by now if you were actually healthy. If Togashi was actually healthy, I feel like Hunter x Hunter would have ended by now. And we wouldn't have all these long hiatuses. it wouldn't be called hiatus X hiatus on Twitter no more.
But is a string of missed weeks right here the same as that looming wall over there?
Yeah.
Well, hiatuses can fall under one of two categories. The first being a definite hiatus. For example, back in June of 2023, One Piece announced that it was going to go on an extended break. And the reason being that the author needed to have surgery. And along with the announcement, there was a given end date of only 4 weeks. Therefore, with a specified end date in sight, this is a separate classification from what that is over there. But where things start to fall apart is with the indefinite hiatus, which is where there can be serious concerns that a manga may never come back at all. As we can see in stretches like this, Togashi was gone for 79 consecutive weeks. Here's an 80-week stretch, with the longest of them all being a 184-week streak. And maybe some of you are wondering why. Maybe some of you ask, when will a manga come back from a hiatus? And maybe some of you think, why can authors go on multi-year long breaks with nothing for their audiences? Well, writing manga is fucked up.
Yeah, writing manga is definitely fucked up. The way them niggas be working they mangakas over there, bro, that shit be crazy. They be working them niggas like Hebrew slaves, bro. That shit is insane. So, I used to be mad when mangas would go in like long ass hiatuses. But once I got older and I understood like the business of manga and everything, I gave them a lot of grace, man. I give mangakas a lot of grace. A lot of other people will not give them any type of grace. No grace at all. Like the niggas for Black Clover. The nigga that made Black Clover. Niggas was laughing when Black Clover went to fucking hiatus, bruh. Because the series, we gonna call a spade a spade. Black Clover is mid. It's not overwhelmingly good, and it's not overwhelmingly bad. It's literally mid. It's right there in the middle. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just mid. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with a little mid anime manga, bruh. DBZ is mid. We all love mid. Ain't nothing wrong with mid, bruh. You gotta get you some mid in your life. You just can't go great every time. You gotta smoke you a little mid here and there, you know?
Don't believe me? Let's create a list. Back in 2022, Togashi released a statement saying that for over 2 years, he couldn't sit in his chair to draw due to his back pain.
Damn.
Additionally, his pain was so bad at times he couldn't wipe his own fucking ass on the toilet and had to take a shower every time he took a dump. Miura, in a 1993 author comment at the time, said he was averaging less than 4 hours of sleep a night. Nana's author back in 2009 contracted a sudden illness that has put the series on hiatus for 14 consecutive years now. The author of Gangsta has lupus, which has led to a loss of eyesight in one eye, paralysis in the fingers, and disorders in blood vessels/organs.
Damn, that's why we're not getting another Gangsta. That's why we're not getting a season 2 of Gangsta. They don't want people to get their hopes up. Gangsta might never come back, especially if the mangaka has lupus and is already blind in one eye. But the main thing he said, it was like the little twitchiness in the fingers, the shit that you actually need to draw and write the words and shit. Yeah, that shit fucked up. Yeah, that shit might never come back, bro. You might have to give that over to another author, man.
Fruits Basket's author suffered from a cerebral nerve illness, leading to a year-long hiatus that it went on. And right, we can't forget about the poor.
I can't wrap gifts, so I just buy bags. I buy a lot of bags. So if you get a Christmas gift from me, just know it's in a fucking Christmas bag. Because I cannot wrap gifts to save my life. Even though I saw my mother do it plenty of times. I can't do it, bro. I cannot do it.
Physical health condition hiatuses.
I halfway can, but it's not perfect. I'm going to learn one of these days. Hold up.
Condition hiatuses.
All the poor health conditions. Terraformers. Current. Neon Koi. Got High School of the Dead. The author passed. Oh, yeah, the author did pass for High School of the Dead. That's why we're not getting another one. Yeah, the author of High School of the Dead. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot the author actually died. Ruby Dragon, current. Jujutsu Kaisen, 6 weeks in 2023. This ain't a bad hiatus, though. 6 weeks is not bad. Did Gray Man stay on fucking hiatus, too? The Gray Man stay on hiatus. Noragami stays on hiatus. Tower of God is back on another hiatus? Hold up, when was this video made? 2 weeks ago? No way, Tower of God's on hiatus. I thought a new chapter just came out Sunday, bruh. I could have swore. There was a new chapter on Sunday. Hold up. Even though I am very, very backed up on Tower of God, let me look this up real quick. Unless he's talking about from Fast Pass. Oh, if there ain't shit on Fast Pass, that means it's in a hiatus. All right. Damn. How many chapters am I behind? Oh my god. I'm like 30 chapters behind. Jesus Christ. W being caught up. The last thing I remember, they was about to start the little tournament with Bam to find out who his wife gonna be. And that's it. They ended the little war they had with the animal niggas. That's where I'm currently at. Yeah, I was about to say they probably way past that. They probably in a whole nother arc now. Shit, I need to catch back up on Tower of God. But if that's on a hiatus again, I'm not surprised because Tower of God. When I first got hip to I've always been hip to Tower of God for like years, but when I actually started reading it, I read it during a hiatus, and I actually caught up right before the hiatus finished. Now I just gotta catch up again. Oh, you're not too far behind? Yeah, I figured I'm not. I was just letting that shit pile up for no reason. Iris Zero. World Trigger is on a... Hold up, World Trigger's on another hiatus? I thought World Trigger comes out monthly. Where World Trigger at? That's my shit. Oh, shit. World Trigger is on hiatus. Oh, fuck, it is. Because usually it would tell us, like, when the next date of the next chapter is going to come out, but it's not coming out. Damn. World Trigger was so good, too. It has way too many fucking... World Trigger is one of those things. It has way too many chapters. And I feel like it's only in the beginning, bruh. They ain't even reached the new worlds. They ain't even see what type of different worlds is out there and shit. That's another great one, y'all. You can tell World Trigger is still like in the beginning part. Or if it's not in the beginning, it's probably like almost halfway. Man, World Trigger is gas. Barefoot Jen. Author passed. Damn. Hunter x Hunter. Hey, Hunter x Hunter up here 3 times. 4 times. 5 times. They 5-time champions out here, nigga. What the fuck? But I get it. Togashi be sick, bruh. That nigga be sick as hell. I get it.
Manga authors are pushed to their limits, and sometimes they simply can't continue. It's a harsh reality, but the sheer physical and mental strain of the job can lead to these indefinite hiatuses. It's a waiting game, and sometimes the wait can feel endless. But what about the manga that have made a comeback? Are there any trends to point us in a direction for how long a hiatus will last? Among 410 separate instances where a manga went on and eventually came back from a hiatus that lasted a minimum of 3 weeks, here's a chart of how long it took for each of their comebacks. Under 10 is the first marker, with 60% of series making a return sometime before those initial weeks. Although the bulk of these are primarily held by series known for going on hiatus, such as Hunter x Hunter, Vagabond, and Berserk. Even series like Detective Conan and Glass Mask made frequent short returns. While at 20 weeks, about 80% of series make a return, where we can see Black Lagoon come back a couple of times. But as we continue past the 20-week marker, you might start to notice series slowly appear less and less frequently, until we eventually reach the 1-year mark. One of the most frequent offenders from this 20 to 52 week period comes from Silver Spoon, and the reason for the author's prologued absences is actually pretty devastating, as her husband and child both suffer from a series of incurable diseases.
Damn, that's so sad, bruh. That's sad as hell, bruh. These mangaka are humans too. And the niggas that get mad at mangaka for going on hiatus, y'all need help, bruh. Y'all need help. Because these niggas are human too, and they got lives. And that one chapter that comes out a week, they worked on that chapter for 6 days straight. Probably like 3 hours of sleep a day. And they doing that for y'all entertainment, bruh. I would have said fuck y'all a long time ago. If I went on a hiatus and y'all started getting mad at me, I'd say fuck y'all. We ending it right there. I wouldn't even come back. I'd say fuck all y'all. Unless the money was drying up. Then I'd probably come back. That's another story.
And taking care of them ultimately accounted for 264 weeks of total hiatus. But let's zoom back out and take a look down at all of the series under this 1 year line. How many series do you think have made a return longer than 1 year? Maybe over 50. That would make me feel pretty confident about manga making longer returns. But I've only uncovered 35 times where a manga returns after
35?
over a year of being on hiatus. The manga under this line
not
account for
bad,
over
actually.
91% of 410 separate hiatuses. But as we look between the hiatuses that have lasted between 1 to 2 years, this is where the monster trio strikes again: Hunter x Hunter, Berserk, and Vagabond. This range between 1 to 2 years is where series really start to solidify themselves to be known as hiatus-ridden series. Yet, as we exceed this 2-year point, the number of hiatuses that
Whole time, World Trigger might be on this damn list for real, for real.
I found that go beyond dwindles to only 9. With the 9th longest being from Glass Mask, that started in 1995 and lasted 114 weeks. At
Damn.
number 8, Black Lagoon went missing for 124 weeks starting in
Damn.
2010. Next, The Gray Man was absent for 127 weeks in 2013. The 6th longest return hiatus was a 3-year-long stretch yet again from Black Lagoon from 2014 to 2017. Hunter x
Damn.
Hunter's longest hiatus clocks in at number 5 for lasting 184 weeks starting back in 2019. Saint Seiya Next
Jesus.
Dimension was gone for 209 consecutive weeks. The 3rd longest is from the legendary manga Real by Takehiko Inoue that was gone for 232 weeks starting in 2015.
Jesus Christ.
Me and the Devil Blues returned after 328 weeks starting in 2008. And
I
at the
don't even know
tippity top,
what that is, but
a
that's
series
crazy.
that breaks this entire chart was the manga to start this video, Otokuzaka's 30-year-long absence.
30-year absence is crazy. 30 years for one chapter? I would have been gave up. I wouldn't even try to read that anymore. Bruh, who's fan? Like, your fans not even kids anymore. Your fans are grade A adults. They probably parents right now, bruh. This is crazy. 30 years, nigga? I wouldn't even remember.
But as I mentioned at the start of this video, Vagabond has been gone for 400 consecutive weeks now, meaning that if it were to return, it would place itself all the way in 2nd place here. And well, that doesn't bode too nicely for manga currently on hiatus. So where do some other ongoing ones lie on this
Vagabond,
chart,
that's
and
crazy.
how screwed are they really? Hunter x Hunter as of right now would fall right about here, but soon it'll probably be off this list. History and Ruri Dragon both surpassed the 1-year marker over here. PTSD
I thought Ruri Dragon was over.
Radio Gangsta and Terraformers on the other hand would make massive jumps up to here. Glass Mask would end up here, and one that deeply saddens me is that Nana is all the way up here. And
Nana?
shit, some of these manga on hiatus right now are a lot of the worst manga hiatuses ever. They far surpass the
Sheesh.
top of returning manga, and there's still no news for pretty much all of these series.
Jesus
but
Christ.
how screwed are they really? How scared should you be if you're a fan waiting for a return? And to try to answer this, I created a score, a ranking, a single number to try to quantify how scared I would be if I was a fan of any of these series. And to do so, I narrowed down the 5 biggest factors that would get me quivering in my boots the most for any hiatus. The first obviously being the current length, with different point ranges for varying lengths. A series would get more points if it has had a lot of past hiatuses, huge points if the current hiatus is due to health reasons, points if the author is older than 50 years old, and 1 point for every other year that the manga has been released. And the total of
Every
these
other
gives
year.
the concern rating. Of course, a lot more goes into
I'm trying to figure out how did you come up with this list. You went to real extreme lengths. You must have been, you had to have been like an accountant or something, bro. Like some type of math major. Because no normal nigga would have ever thought of this, bro. No normal nigga would have thought of this.
the status of each and every hiatus, but I think these categories give a good surface level idea of how strenuous a current hiatus may be. Now here are 10 manga on hiatus right now as of me recording this and their subsequent concern rating. The lowest one comes from History at 25.2, mostly because this hiatus is supposedly in preparation for the final arc, so there is limited concern about it not coming back at some point. It just might take some time. The next rating is 32.8 from Ruri Dragon. It went on hiatus after 6 chapters because of an unspecified health issue.
Oh, it only went to hiatus after 6 chapters? That's probably why I thought it was canceled, because it only had like 6 chapters. Usually Shonen Jump, they give you like a good like 20 or so weeks. And if you were like in the bottom 20 and like 20 straight weeks, that's when they kick you. That's why I thought it was canceled. And Ruri Dragon is pretty new.
Hunter x Hunter follows us up with a rating of 50.5, but that's without considering this. Togashi's most recent post on Twitter. So the fear that I have for my favorite series is pretty much zero, and I honestly couldn't be happier. ReZero has a rating of 65.2. Gangsta follows that up with a rating.
Yeah, they real quick to drop manga. They are real quick. I have another video on that, actually. They real quick to drop manga. That's why I thought Ruri Dragon was dropped.
Rating of 66, and this is where I would start to have some pretty big worries, as both of these series have been on hiatus for multiple years now, with major health concerns for their authors. Terraformers has a rating of 75.4. Dog's Bull and Carnage rapidly approaches the 100 marker with a rating of 97.5. But the following three series all significantly pass 100 points, which is the marker that indicates serious concern for a manga possibly not coming back, as each of which have been on hiatus for numerous years now. So to start it off with a rating of 111.5 is Vagabond. But the fact that Real, Takehiko Inoue other manga is currently being worked on gives me hope that one day he'll come back to Vagabond. But realistically, I don't.
Well, to be honest, the reason they was disrespectful to Kubo, because Kubo stopped giving a fuck. And there were multiple stretches. There was multiple stretches throughout Bleach's career that the manga fell below top 20. Multiple stretches and it fell below top 20. And yet somehow they just let him keep going. Because they know there's some greatness in there. But they just let that nigga keep going. And Kubo definitely just said fuck it after. I think in the last 10 chapters, 10 to 20 chapters, Kubo definitely said fuck that shit. He said fuck it all. He trolled the last battle. We all know the fucking troll. And I hope that they do right with the anime. Or make more sense. But they made him rush the ending of the final arc since he had health issues. I don't understand why they treated Kubo like that. Shit. Oda dares them to treat him like that. Nigga, Oda owns fucking Shonen Jump right now. He owns them niggas. They let that nigga do anything. If that nigga want to take a 2-year vacation on like an island, they gonna let him do that. And they'll just bring One Piece right back. They don't give a fuck. That's because One Piece might be the greatest manga of all time. Statistically speaking, it might be the greatest manga of all time. Because not once has it went below the top 3. Any chapter has ever been below the top 3. They won't touch him the same way they won't touch Toriyama. Facts. If you get to like Oda stage or like Toriyama stage, they're not going to touch you, bruh. But they're not touching Naruto's mangaka either. And that's the only reason Boruto is actually still alive. Kishimoto, yes, Kishimoto. They're not touching Kishimoto. And Boruto, shit, the fucking tier list for Boruto when it first came out, that shit was complete ass. They were saying it was trash can, but they only gave it a shot because it was the sequel to Naruto. And they not going. I said they won't touch Kishimoto. I definitely lied right there. Because Kishimoto's second project, the project after Naruto, what was it, Samurai 8? Boruto is now a lot better. I bet. And I want to start Boruto. The only reason I didn't start Boruto is because I wanted like some chapters to build up. But I let it build up too much to where it's actually overwhelming to actually start. And that's the same thing with Super. But scratch that. They definitely said fuck Kishimoto when he made Samurai 8. They definitely canceled that motherfucker quick. Minor spoilers, is 80 chapters. Oh yeah, I know it's 80 chapters, but they're 80 long-ass chapters. They're one of those long-ass chapters that come out monthly. I don't know, I might be able to do it fast. I might be able to finish the first Boruto. Oh yeah, I already know about the second arc. They got a second little a little sequel or act 2, whatever the fuck it's called. That nigga Boruto, the shit I be looking at on Twitter, that nigga look like he got that shit, bruh. He look hard, bruh. He look hard.
I don't think it'll be anytime soon. The second to last comes from Glass Mask with a rating of 141.5. The first chapter came out in 1976, so time isn't really on its side, but the author has expressed interest in wanting to finish the series. Although that was numerous years now, so who knows what could have changed. Now the final manga's rating is so high, I hate the fact that I like it. Not only did it pass 100 points, this manga goes even beyond that to have a rating above 200.
Jesus.
and on its concern rating is 204.5. It first went on
Jesus.
hiatus all the way back in 2009, and there hasn't really been much word since. At this point, I would honestly be surprised to ever see it come back. However, it's
14
comforting
years.
to know that there was a time that even after 1,512 weeks of being gone, a series did come back and get to tell the ending that it deserved. For manga on hiatus, it might be bad now, but the commitment authors have for their stories is shown with the return of all of these series. I'm sure nobody wants to deliberately halt telling their stories. These are essentially their
L Gantz. Actually, W Gantz, but L ending.
babies. They created them, nurtured them, raised them, and are trying to send them off on a final positive note. But sometimes there's just no choice. The work schedule of being a manga author
This work schedule is kind of crazy, bruh. This work schedule is kind of crazy. Look at his Monday, or their Monday, whoever it is. They only got 2 hours of sleep. Then they go get breakfast, storyboard, 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 editor meeting for an editor meeting for 2 hours, and then storyboard, storyboard. Jesus Christ. And then they gotta fix the storyboard. And then they have another editor meeting at 6 in the fucking morning. And they get a decent amount of sleep for Tuesday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. 7 hours, that's not bad. They go to sleep at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning, though. Then they go get lunch. Then they illustrate. They get dinner. And they illustrate some more until 3 in the morning. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hours, another 7 hours of sleep is not bad. These niggas working like content creators. Well, they are creating content. So can't we call mangakas content creators? I don't know. This work schedule is ass. Look at this work schedule, bruh. Bruh, Monday, he only ate breakfast. Oh shit, let me move my big at. Let me move my big at. Monday, they only ate breakfast. Tuesday, they snuck in some dinner, but it was late as hell. Breakfast, dinner, breakfast, dinner, breakfast, dinner. They only eat lunch on Saturday. They actually get 3 hours of free time. That's crazy. And then they gotta do storyboard again. Bruh. Nah, being a mangaka sucks, bruh. I'd hate that, but damn, if I don't need a consistent schedule, we all need a consistent schedule. It keeps us all afloat. But god damn, I would hate this. I would hate this fucking shit. I think the bosses do be telling them when it's about to happen, but they know the deadline. And if you miss a deadline, they gonna cancel your shit. They did the same thing to Kubo for his first joint. What was it called? What was his first one? What was his first one called? His first manga called. I forgot what it was called. It wasn't. It wasn't Burn the Witch. That was the. That was the new joint he made, right? What was the first one called? That nigga missed Zombie Loan. Yeah, there we go. Zombie Loan. He missed one chapter, and they can't canceled the whole thing, bruh. He missed one deadline. They canceled the whole thing. And then that nigga went to go on and go make Bleach, which became one of the big three. So, I don't know. Guess that's an L, W. You never know.
authors, one of the most insane things I've ever seen. So I sympathize with the impossible work-life balance they have to navigate through.
There
Shit's
is no
tough.
life.
And by
Bro, let's go back. You get 3 hours of free time. This is your free time to get some cheeks. You can only get, there's only a certain amount of cheeks you can get on your free time, bro. Being a mangaka means you don't get you get no life. Bruh, these niggas have no lives to make our lives better. We gotta give these mangaka more grace, man.
have to navigate through. Shit's tough. And by me trying to create these concern ratings and charts to visualize how long
Crazy.
series have been gone is to just really showcase to you the info I found. I thought it was cool. I'm not trying to convince anyone that a hiatus may come back or not, because as fans, we will never really know. All we can do is be patient and appreciate what we've already gotten. So despite the possible concern I may have for any given series, maybe because they don't stack up too well with the history of returned manga, to me there's still always a little glimmer of hope. As long as it isn't gone for 1,513 weeks.
Facts. If that shit gone for 30 years, I gave up on it. W video though. I fuck with that. Alright, YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on the bottom. You fuck fuck. If you bang with the video. Other than that, I see y'all later, YouTube. Peace.